Hey guys, it's me, Kara. Welcome back to the struggle bus that is my weight loss journey of 125 to 150 pounds. Today's video is about my 3-day water fast and what happened, how it went, the results, what everyone wants to know, the weight loss, etc. But first, let's start with why I did the water fast. So I really dislike water. It doesn't taste good. If it tasted like watermelon, I would drink it more. It just doesn't taste good to me. So I noticed that I wasn't drinking a lot of water at all. In the 2-3 days prior to me starting the water fast, I had drank 12 to 15 ounces of water. That was just after what I had exercised and done cardio, which my preferred form of cardio is walking. So 12,500 steps, most of which was in one go. So I knew I needed to drink more water, up my water intake, and I was feeling strong and confident about fasting because I felt like I had gotten my fasting feet wet again, if you would say, no pun intended. I intended on fasting on a Monday, in the form of OMAD, doing 1 meal a day, and it turns out my 1 meal a day was under 600 calories. So that could be considered a down day if you're doing modified fasting on the ultimate day fasting. So it's 500 to 800 calories depending on your gender, etc. So I felt on fasting days, so I felt it was low enough to be considered a down day for me, or a fasting day as I call it. So the following day, the Tuesday, I ate my version of a normal eating day, and I ate a little under calories actually. I ate about just over 1,800 calories. But I woke up the Wednesday and I was feeling, like I said, confident about fasting. So I decided to do a 72-hour fast. And it started from 5:35 p.m. until Tuesday, until 5:35 minimum on Friday. So I did record some clips throughout it, but looking back, it was just mostly an update. I want Twix. Anyway, let's get to it. Going into Wednesday, like I said, that was my normal fasting day, and I was doing fine. I wasn't hungry at all. I did drink water, but not as much as I would have. I wasn't hungry until Thursday-ish, and I was craving anything and everything, mostly sweet stuff, Twix, cookies, stuff like that. I do try and incorporate usually something sweet on my eating days. I do, if it fits my macros, if it fits my calories, because if I get too restricted, I know I'm gonna fail at this diet. I will be strict and super clean for a couple weeks, and then I will binge, most likely. That's been the pattern in the past, so I'm trying to break it. And I did start drinking more water Thursday to compensate for that. I drank more water Thursday than I had in the past 3 or 4 days, which is what I wanted. I wanted to get in the habit of starting to consume and drink water, wanting and craving water, instead of the diet sodas, the Monsters, the energy drinks and stuff like that, juice. So I felt really good about that. And as for eating Friday, all I could think about was food on Friday. The last day, day 3, all I could think of was food. I woke up and I was so hungry. My roommate asked me, "What are you doing?" at one point. I'm like, my answer was waiting to eat, because I just wanted to get through that to 5:35 to just eat. I was just hungry. So let's get on to energy. Wednesday was the first day of my fast. So typically I aim for 12,500 steps a day, 6 days a week. That's what my Fitbit is set up for. And I know I typically get that or close to it 5 days a week. So Wednesday is typically the day that I don't get that. I did get about 6,500 steps in, which is just a little over halfway, which I think is good for a lazy day, quote unquote. I had around 2,800 steps 6 o'clock at night, which is abnormal for me. I had to very much play this step catch-up game, and I didn't do it all in one go. I did 16 minutes here, 20 minutes there, 30 minutes until I got them done. But I did get them done. So it did affect my energy a little bit because I was getting winded at those times, and I was trying to walk faster just because I was going for a certain amount of time so I could get my heart rate up, etc. And then Friday, in terms of energy, was a complete 180. 4 or 5 hours before that fast ended, I had almost 6,000 steps already, and I had more steps. I had so much energy, but I don't know if it was because like I had been in a fasted state for so long that they say you get more energy, etc., or if I was just so excited to eat. I'm not too sure about that one. Let's talk about sleeping. Wednesday night into Thursday, I slept as I did because it was normal for me to go all day without eating. So I basically went to bed around 10 or 11 o'clock at night and was asleep by midnight, and then woke up around 8 o'clock. Typical for me, with some wake ups from the bunny, my pet rabbit, who is free roam. Very typical night. Thursday into Friday was quite different though in terms of sleeping. I went to bed, I fell asleep super quickly after I went to bed. Like I normally lay there for an hour-ish on my phone, just scrolling through, waiting to get tired. No, I was zonked out about 20 minutes max, and it was quality sleep until I woke up several times, not by the bunny. I went to sleep really quickly, really easily, but then I was awake at 3:38 to, I believe it was almost 5 o'clock, and then I was awake from 6:15 till just after 7. My alarm was set for 7, and then I slept until about 9:45. So the quality of sleep was there but not there at the same time. So I'm not sure if that was a pro or a con at this point in time. But let's talk about once I did break the fast. I broke my fast at 5:45 p.m. on Friday. So 72 hours and 10 minutes technically a fast I fasted for. And I broke it with scrambled eggs, some cheese, I resisted the urge to have a Monster, and some zero sugar yogurt because I didn't want the adverse effect of going from running on fat stores, which happens during a fast, to a surge of carbohydrates. So that's all I consumed on Friday, about 350 to 400 calories, including like the the cooking oil that I used to cook to cook the scrambled eggs, and my body reacted fine to it, and I ate normal the following day as if it were my version of a normal eat day. And it was really interesting, actually, to me anyway. I had my normal breakfast, Monster, yogurt, scrambled eggs, but during the day I found myself just naturally drinking more water, which is what I wanted to get back in the habit to. So that was a success for me in terms of my motivation for doing it. That was just one of the successes. So that was really good. And I felt that it restarted my tasting palate. What I mean by that is when I first started doing alternate day fasting, that first 36-hour fast I did, I was so hungry. I woke up in the middle of the night hungry. My first meal after I broke that very first 36-hour fast, the eggs were amazing. I had never tasted eggs so good before. And it was the same way with this. Those eggs tasted amazing. They were the best eggs I've ever eaten. And the cheese was mild cheese, so it wasn't an old or flavorful cheese. It had the most flavor in the entire world, I swear. It was delicious. And then in terms of the following day, I had some tortilla chips, just normal tortilla chips, not extra salted or anything. I just took a bite of one of my roommates, and normally I can eat them just fine. They're normal. They don't taste overly salty to me, but I had one and the tip of my tongue was burning. It was so salty. It was just incredibly salty. So I think that it reset my palate in a way. Also with sweets, I did have a Terry's chocolate orange because it is the season of those right now. I didn't have the Twix, but I did have that, and normally I can inhale one of those, just make it disappear. By the time I got halfway through it, it was so sickly sweet. It tasted like I could only do half of it, and even then I was regretting it, which was kind of an interesting consequence, one that we could all benefit from, I think, in the long run, just to reset, because we're so conditioned to have all these flavors all the time that we're not really supposed to. They come dull to us, and it brightened everything up again, which I thought was very interesting. But now to talk about the weight, which you're all here for, and probably. I did post on Instagram Wednesday morning that I was 285 and some change in terms of pounds. That was me just looking at the scale down with me on it with minimal clothes on. Right when you get up, after you go to the bathroom, etc. First thing in the morning, hadn't consumed anything. And when I did this weigh-in on camera, I was holding the camera and I was fully clothed. So there's a little bit of a discrepancy there, but we're gonna go with the 286.6 pounds that I recorded with, starting on Wednesday, day one of the fast. I hadn't eaten all night. This is me at the beginning of my fast. And the last time I ate was around 6 o'clock yesterday, so I should be in a fasted state by now. The morning of day 3, about 8 hours prior to me breaking my fast, I weighed 282 even, which was a difference of 4.6 pounds. So it's day 3 of my water fast. I'm about 65 hours into it. I'm going to be eating at 72 hours, so around 5:35 tonight. This is the after results in terms of my body and how it looks. I had planned on using that as my final weigh-in because I had assumed I would be drinking lots of water to get me through the hunger to get me to 5:35. I drank water, but I also peed a lot. So I did reweigh myself as my food was cooking, and I weighed in then at 281.6. So a total difference of 5 pounds, 5 pounds even. Realistically, I know that not all of that was pure fat loss because I burn anywhere between 2,900 to 3,600 calories a day, and 5 pounds of weight loss is substantially more than that. So I knew that some of it was water weight. I would gain the water. I would gain a little bit of weight back. I know that 5 pound weight loss is not realistic. So I did weigh myself the morning after I broke my fast, and I weighed 282.6. So I was up a pound from when I broke my fast. But what has to be understood is I didn't gain a pound overnight. I held back onto water weight, and food does have a physical weight to it, not just a calorie component. So a lot of people forget that when they weigh themselves after an eating day and such. So my total weight loss in a 72-hour fast was 4 pounds even, which I am excited about. That's amazing. And I know that's not sustainable in terms of doing 3-day fasts continuously, like a 3-day fast, eat a little bit, 3-day fast. You do need a good refeed day in there. Notice that I didn't eat that little meal and then the next day I fasted. No, I ate as if it were a normal day for me, which is important. Otherwise you're going to head into a stall, and it's not good for the body. The body will hit a wall, and it's not good. It has to be nourished. So I'm happy with that. The one thing that I took away from this fast, besides getting in the habit of reaching for water again from increased water intake, has been somewhere along the line I had gained all this confidence, etc. when I started fasting in 2020, and I lost it. I know why I lost it, but I lost it along the way. And I gave into food to cope, and it felt almost impossible if I was craving something not to have it. You need to have this. You need to have this burrito. You need to have this burger. You need to have this bag of popcorn. You need to have this sweet. But this fast reminded me that I didn't have to. You don't have to give into those cravings. That's just that. They're cravings. When you say you can't have something, you want it more. You may not really want it. I was craving a Twix. I would cut a bitch for some Twix on Thursday. But Friday I didn't have a Twix. Saturday I didn't have a Twix. Sunday I fasted again. It's now Monday and I still haven't had a Twix. So it's just that I got my willpower back, and I gained some confidence with food that I don't have to give in. And that's amazing. That I needed that. I hope to start doing, in order to keep the progress going, I am going to do alternate day fasting, continue doing that. And I'm hoping to do 3-day fasts once a month. I still haven't worked out whether it's going to be the beginning of the month or the end of the month, because this is a weird time that's kind of in the last third of the month. But I'll figure it out, especially in the new year coming. I want to incorporate extended fast much more often. Anyway, thanks for joining my struggle bus of a weight loss journey. And if you like the updates I give you and stuff I'm trying in order to lose weight, please like the video, comment, and let me know if you guys wanted to know anything else about the aspect of the fast that I didn't talk about. I am an open book, so to speak, so I'd be happy to do that. What other content you'd like to see, what aspects of my dieting that you want to see, and just subscribe, support me and my struggle, join the struggle bus family, and it hopefully won't be a struggle if we all just support each other. And remember to drink some water. Okay.